entering the motorway, and it starts like this. According to my sat-nav, which I have now switched off because I don't need it to get to most of the way to Bridgewater anyway. I just wanted to have a look to see what kind of obstacles there may be in the way. The moment to get onto the motorway is a traffic jam. Now you'd think to arrive somewhere at 1 o'clock, setting off while it's still dark would be, you know, a safe bet. But as it goes, I've got about a leeway of nearly an hour. What you're about to watch here is a rather long trip out. 2 days off work, so I could go to my niece's wedding down in Bridgewater, which is Somerset, by the way. Nearly 500 miles in my trusty little Rover 25, which just before setting off suddenly found itself with a thermostat housing leak. But without any time to actually fix the car, I had to go. So here we have it. Expect fear, expect jeopardy, and most of all, expect some waffle. The great red line for about 15 miles. However, traffic is moving. Well, slowly enough. I'm doing 30 miles per hour. That's positive, isn't it? Just when I was thinking that maybe the live traffic stuff was a bit behind. I don't like being late. I mean, I prefer it to not turn up at all, but being late is just one of those things that I'm entirely uncomfortable with. And this isn't a good start. It means that I've still got over 200 miles to go, reaching speeds of 20 miles per hour. Is 20-minute delay. So it's not going in the right direction. And the other thing is, the biggest concern for me is my car, and it's had a slight coolant leak issue. And what I really need to do is just keep the thing moving. Being stationary is never good for your cooling system anyway. Oh, traffic's moving again. It's actually setting off. Look, 20 miles per hour. Will this indeed be the start of the end of the traffic jam? Early, 30 miles per hour. Oh, that's exciting. 40 miles per hour. Even more exciting. I could go a bit faster than that, but I'll just catch the van up in front. 45, nearly 50 miles. Yes, 50 miles per hour. Oh, wow. Yes, I feel like I'm cheating the system because the sat-nav's still telling me that it's all red here and that I should be stationary. Now what happens, of course, as you approach a junction, many motorists get off at that junction and it leaves a space for those that are staying on to speed up. But then you get to the other side of it and you're met with people getting onto the motorway and it slows down into nothing again. But actually it's not quite done it this time. Just realised something. Well, I'm going to be staying overnight here, and obviously there will be beer involved. But once you get into hotels and stuff, you may as well just sneak your own in. But I didn't bring a glass with me. I don't want to drink out of a bloody can or a bottle opener. I don't want to drink out of a broken bloody neck. Stand still again. That's an hour into the journey, and I've covered just over 10 miles. Still haven't got to the end of this jam yet. It's quite concerning, really. Full of jeopardy it is. You know, I've got my full tank of fuel, but I don't know that I've got a full tank of coolant. And the only way to really monitor it, and it is the worst situation, just doing these kind of stop-start things, is to just have the heating on. Because once the heating goes off, you know there's no coolant left. But even whilst it's on, you don't know how much is left. And bad news again, the sat-nav has updated itself and added an extra 16 minutes. So considering that, that I've got 44 minutes spare, of which I need to stop, get changed, Probably check the car coolant and stuff, and this is going to be a bit close.
And it's been, you know, honestly don't know that it's goodbye.
Okay, alright.
Such a relief to be doing some motorway speeds at last. Meant to swap the wheels over from the front to back because look at this at 60 miles per hour. It's got quite a bit of a wobble on for some reason. Behind a hailstorm now. All that's going to stick on my wet car, isn't it? Truck appears to be wearing braces. Fellwall Viaduct. That's the M6. Seemed to have made up about 8 minutes, which is good. And I was going to stop at Knutsford Services to just check the coolant, but I'm risking it to the next one because I just want to keep a bit of momentum going.
Change.
The likelihood is that some congestion has moved out of the way further down the line, rather than me actually making up time, because I've not been going that fast. I've got to 70 miles per hour a couple of times, and that's been it. Do you know what? If truck drivers are using the same kind of system, truck drivers are using Google Maps, that could bring down the average. So as long as you're going along the speed limit on the motorway, you're always going to get there a little bit earlier than what your sat nav tells you. Look at the size of those hair curlers. That truck's on its way out for a 70s night out. That biker there, he just rode by, and I'm not sure if he was giving me the nod or shaking his head. I'm about to find out whether using Nigel was a mistake or not. Not too bad. Dropped a tiny bit. After how many miles? Let's see. About 50 miles. Anyway, that means I can continue with my journey and have myself the first of my egg butties. Sure, at some point today there will be food involved with this event, but I don't know when that will be, and I can't just go all day without eating. So this is basically my breakfast and my dinner at the same time, and I've rationed myself to 1 sandwich per half an hour. So I've made 8 rounds of bread, egg mayonnaise, and I'm about to have my first one.
Our subject today, vision, and the way that technology and art and emotions can both enhance and distort it.
Horse. Just one, I take it. About 80 miles in now, 2 sandwiches gone, and the sat nav time's creeping up again, like there's some sort of issue further down the road that's getting bigger and bigger and worse. 17-minute delay. You know how we have all these statistics flung at us, like how long we spend on the toilet or how long in a lifetime we spend in traffic jams. I wonder if anybody has put one together that tells you how long you spend putting your t-shirt on the wrong way around and then taking your arms out and spinning it back around again. Almost at the end of this issue now, I think. And the way that the UK motorways work, the chances are the rest of the journey will be fine because it's on the M5. And that's one of those motorways that people just don't use very often.
Where even this proved impossible, drivers would have to make their own roads. A statuesque couple. White and red stripes.
Straight run now for 117 miles, according to that. And all that jam, which is still going on the other side of the road, by the way, was down to somebody having a crash. Isn't it strange? One side has a crash, the other side has a traffic. You nosy bastards! BBC News at 10 o'clock.
Thousands of people who paid nothing to download the band's latest album in rainbows.
I've gained about 12 minutes just by keeping the hammer down. 92 miles to go, and a funny smell on the go. Yeah. Just farted.
And Senorita.
Elton John.
Justin Timberlake.
Excellent.
Told you.
Singer who took her song Can't Stay Away From You into the top 10 in 1989.
Gloria Estefan.
No,
Yes.
no, it wasn't. Somebody else.
96 with the follow-up to Firestarter. What's the one-word title of this tune?
Gaviscon. Well, as the coolant is fine, I am now with 50 minutes to spare. I can actually stop for a luxury wee-wee. Very nice surfaces. Very nice indeed. Off again. It doesn't take long to just nip in for a quick wee-wee. These are a nice set of services actually. What's your favourite set of services? I mean, mine's normally the Oxford services on the M40, but of course I've not been there for a very long time. I say of course, I presume that you know I have not been there for a long time, but I haven't. That little stop has cost me 8 minutes, but it's 8 minutes I could afford. And the thing is, it's given me some peace of mind, because now I know that my coolant is not going down too quickly and my bladder is empty. Not that it was full anyway. A bit fed up with the radio because it was just a bit cack. I just pressed the CD button and guess what? There was a CD in there. It's been in there about 2 years. Go Go Penguin. And so I put it on, and that's perfect for motorway driving. And it has this one track, this track 5, has this ending that sounds like digital skipping. It's so different. It sounds like, you know, when a CD is broken, it just jerks about and does all sorts of strange things. It's amazing. But unfortunately, the rest of the CD does quite a bit of that without that being intentional, and that isn't amazing. Heavy duty plastic boxes for sale. All this way, and I've barely seen an interesting car. The closest I've got has been a Peugeot 406 Estate. And now it's time to come off the motorway, almost, and head straight down to the boombox. I didn't particularly want to be filming wedding stuff, so I'll just show you this. That's all there is to it, okay? Andrew, who we used to make videos with. Alright? Alright. Maybe at some point in the future we'll make another one together.
Maybe.
Is that possible?
I think so.
Will I come down and see you?
Yeah.
And then assume that I did have a good evening and I did get a bit drunk on red wine. So, back in the car. Yes, it is the next day. Just filled the car back up. On the way home though, I won't be thrashing it. I'll just be doing a nice steady 60 instead. Try and conserve some fuel. Unless you get bored of doing that speed, there's always a possibility of that. Oh, gosh, I feel rough. Well, here we are again. That's Gloucester Services. I liked it so much the other day I thought I'll pop in here on the way back. Strange how they've built these services and then, well, looks like they've tried to bury them. if you're anything like me, you'll find that driving long distances tends to make you feel tired, like really tired, because you need sleep. And sleep is a good thing, although not whilst you're driving. So how do you combat this thing of being cold and then too warm? You can't set the temperature just right, so it's always right. You're too warm, unless you've got climate control, but even then I've found that you still want it hotter, you still want it cool. You have your head out the window, you do the doggies on holiday thing, but still, tiredness creeps back in. Well, I think the answer is a hat. Yeah, what you need to do is don a flat cap, then you're fine. And I must say I feel much more awake, much more alert. And of course, only whilst you're wearing a cap can you doff your cap in respect, like I just did then to Colleen Rooney. But how do you do yours? How do you doff your cap? Do you do a simple that, or do you actually take it off? Do you take it off and stick it on your chest like that and then nod your head? That's better. Yeah, it's no good. I just need a nap or something. That's how I feel at the moment. I did decide that I wasn't going to rush back. What's the point? What's the point in rushing back? I'm not going to work. I've got all day to get back. But that's the second time I've had to go to the toilet. The trouble with days like yesterday, where there was lots and lots of food, I mean a really, really big meal, and really indulgent sweets, and then a pizza afterwards, barely finished eating, and it's time for pizza as well. Very good. Lots and lots of red wine and some beer. Is that you do suffer with it slightly the next morning and find yourself needing to be near toilets quite a lot. And these particular services are certainly different anyway. Actually, with having so many motorway services just like farm shops these days, it's kind of almost a refreshing change just to go into motorway services. This is just a motorway service. But this one was a bit odd because the toilets were almost unisex. There's one door, and then there's no door between the men and the women, and you went through the same alleyway to get there, and you used the same sink as the ladies. I mean, I don't mind particularly, but you think it'd be enough sharing cubicles, neighbouring cubicles with plopping truckers, never mind with ladies doing the same thing.
Time spent on the third month, and invariably I always get the wrong amount.
Jigsaw, fourth routes, is that what we're talking? Learning things by rote because that's what you've been told you have to do.
Great to speak to you. Really interesting. So, University of Bath, mathematical biology, and the book is How to Expect the Unexpected. We just talked
Road is closed both ways. Accident investigation work between Leathersley Lane at Sudbury.
radio via this programme to the person in your life who...
Police storage unit. Another pit stop. Gosh, this isn't going quite as well as I was hoping. It's just that sleepiness that's taken over again. It's weird this, because on the way down, I got up really early and set up out. Oh, look at that waterfall. I got up really early and I was alright all the way down there. And today I didn't get up particularly early, and I keep wanting to go to sleep. So this time I'm actually going to do it. Previous couple of times we just had a little walk around. I thought that'll do, but obviously not. I'm going to give myself 20 minutes. 20 minutes to actually try and get some real sleep. About 25 minutes have gone by, and the truth is I don't even know if I went to sleep or not. That's a weird one, isn't it? Anyway, I need to be making a move soon. It's going to be, it's 2:30 now, which means it's going to be going dark soon. Need to do something about that. Right. Go. Some of these big caravans look just like old American cars.
Problematic areas of Gwynedd.
I'm almost back home, you could say, but you might not. This has been a bit exhausting. It's my own fault because I did drink far too much red wine. It did make me feel a bit lethargic this morning, and that's not really gone away. I'm just happy that tonight I already have a video uploaded and ready just to go public, because I really can't be bothered. Actually, what I want to do now is just go to sleep again. Maybe I'm ill. Maybe I'm really ill. Miles on the road in 2 days, and not one rover to be seen, or MG rover, or rover derived MG, or MG, come to think of it, except for those new ones. And the only other sort of vaguely connected with old British cars, nothing at all vaguely connected. Isn't that amazing? Right then, this is the end of the video. I would like to thank you for watching it. Thank you for watching it. I'd like you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'd like you to like the video if you haven't. Please, please, please do. It all makes a difference. I'd like to thank all of my channel members for basically chipping in and helping out. I really appreciate that, and it does make a difference, as does everything else. And I guess I should say bye-bye. Oh, congratulations to Shana.